I'm not sure if you guys have heard about this or not. Maybe you've seen some talk about it on the news. But Zelensky, he's upset at Trump. Boy, oh boy, Zelensky is upset because Trump decided to have a little talk with Putin about bringing an end to the war in Ukraine. Because, you know, Trump has been talking about how he wanted to end that war for a couple of years now. He said it was going to be one of the first things he did when he got in office. But it's become clear to me, you know, over the past couple of weeks that Zelensky, and this was already clear, but it's becoming even clearer now that we get closer to a possible end to this conflict. Zelensky is not going down without a fight. And what I mean by that is not necessarily the war that's going on between Ukraine and Russia. What I mean by that is he doesn't seem like someone that wants there to be an end to this conflict. Because I think the truth is that when the conflict ends, Zelensky ends as well. I don't see Zelensky lasting much longer after this conflict is over. Someone will probably wipe him out. I honestly wouldn't be surprised. And right now, I'm not sure if he's ready for the money to start running dry. Because, you already know, all of them are benefiting from a lot of the money that's coming over there. And Zelensky already stated not that long ago that half the money that we've been sending Ukraine never made it to Ukraine. So that's a conversation for another day. But let's just keep that in mind as well. But anyways, Zelensky is mad that Trump, you know, had talks with Putin about ending the war. And he talked with Putin before he talked with Zelensky. And in my opinion, that makes a lot of sense. It makes more sense to talk to Putin first before Zelensky, because Putin has more power when it comes to this conflict. If I'm looking to end a conflict, end a war between two forces, usually, I think it would be more important to talk to the more powerful side first. Because the more powerful side has more leverage. You know what I mean? If Ukraine is being invaded, then sitting down to talk to Ukraine about peace talks doesn't really freaking matter. You need to sit down and talk to Putin, the one that's invading Ukraine. Right? How can we stop the invasion? I mean, it's just common sense. But Zelensky is like a prima donna. He wants to be the center of attention. That's why he goes to all of these like events with these other world leaders, and he's dressed in like his army gear, like he's on the front lines and stuff, because he wants the attention. But the reality is most people don't care. Zelensky is a tool. Ukraine is a tool. They are pawns. Nothing more, nothing less. But let's go ahead and listen to what Zelensky has to say. You know, let's listen to him cry about Trump and Putin. Then I'll be right back with more.
How did that sit with you?
No, I said that...
But first with Putin and then with you.
Oh, I'm not happy. Yes, but I think that more dangerous if first meeting will be with Putin and then with Ukraine. And there are things I shared with the President Trump, that first of all, we have to see common view. And I said also that at the table, we need Europe also. It's very important for us. We are Europe, we in Europe, and we see our future only in EU, like a member.
Let's be honest, now we can't rule out the possibility that America might say no to Europe on issues that threaten it. Many leaders have talked about Europe that needs its own military, an army of Europe. And I really believe that time has come. The armed forces of Europe must be created.
Zelensky doesn't care about any armed forces of Europe. He just wants all of them to come fight the war for him. It's really simple. Oh, now I think it's the time we need the armed forces. Yeah, of course you think that. Because you're trying to drag the rest of the world into this conflict. And I don't necessarily think that it's really for the Ukrainian people. I think it's more for personal gain. But, forming an army of Europe, I'm not opposed to that. Actually, I approve of it. Please do it. Because you can't expect America to continue to protect all of you. I'm sorry. But at some point, Americans have to put America first. Because we have been putting America last, and that's why America is in the position that it's in now. America is no longer in the position that we can protect and fund the entire freaking globe. In order to do that, we have to keep America great, right? In order to do that, we have to keep America strong. In order for America to be strong, we have to put America first. So yeah, form an army. Do whatever the hell you want, as long as you stop depending on all of our money and all of our resources and our military to continue to protect you from whatever the hell is going on. It's really that simple. All of these places should have already had their own army and should have already been prepared for whatever may come. But instead, a lot of them have been worried about a lot of woke nonsense while weakening their militaries, allowing in a bunch of immigrants, and now Europe it's going to hell. Like America was going to hell before we started turning it around a few weeks ago. I'm hoping that Europe turns around. I want to see Europe be great. I want to see Canada be great. Hell, I would like to see Ukraine be great. But it can't be great on our expense. We can't continue to, for one, I don't want to police the world anymore. And I don't want every country on earth to think that, oh, we can do this and we can do that, because at the end of the day, America's going to send us this money and America's going to send their military might to protect us. I think those days need to be over. But for now, you let me know what you think about that down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell. And if you find yourself getting too worked up by all of this, remember, it's just political cinema.